How many credit cards do you have? 1, 2? How about 50? Well, in this video, I'm going to get into the world of credit card point maxers. What is a credit card point maxer? I'm going to review some of the influencers that push this lifestyle, and I'll even show you what I think is the final boss of the credit card point maxer influencer. And finally, I'm just going to go over the pitfalls that can come about from trying to copy all these influencers and the crazy ways that they try to squeeze out all these credit card points. Now, if you look up credit card point maxing on TikTok, you're just not going to find it. So I coined the term. You're welcome. You can tell your friends. But these guys have 30, 40, or even 50 credit cards. They use the bonuses and points conversion to squeeze every atom out of each credit card, and then they just keep opening them over and over and over again. It reminds me of min-maxing, like in your favorite video game. You grab the exact gear you need, put all the points in the right abilities, and everything has to be perfect in order to pull off like these crazy things in these video games. By taking advantage of these credit card benefits, you have to jump through 7 hoops and rub your belly 3 times while standing on one leg at midnight in order to really capture perfectly all of these bonuses.
Then you do this, then this, and this, then that, and this, and that, and this, and that, and then...
It's like a full-time job keeping up with everything, to be honest. Later, I'm gonna look at a non-influencer point maxer that I found to see how you do this and how long it takes to actually do this. And I'm gonna compare it to if you worked at McDonald's and see who has a better return later on in the video. But first, let's just take a peek at one of these guys.
So I collect credit cards, and these are the credit cards that I have all in my monster binder. I collect them because I like the pictures, but more importantly, because I get a bunch of free travel, a bunch of cash back, a concierge that I can call at any time, and tons of other luxury perks from these credit cards.
He's actually got one of those binders that you used to keep your Yu-Gi-Oh cards in.
Oh, じいさん、そのブルーアイズホワイトドラゴン1枚とこのカード全部と交換してくれ。
I just imagine these guys out on a date, you know, he whips out his Yu-Gi-Oh binder and, you know, he's got all his credit cards. He slides 2 credit cards on the table. He says, well, I got to use this one by the end of the month. You know, the bonus is running out. Oh, but this one has like 3 points on restaurants. So, you know, maybe later if we can get some ice cream, you know, I got this card. It's actually really good. It's like, what? It's like overwhelming. I would just love to see like some of those interactions. I just think it's funny to me. I mean, it's not quite as stringent as that. It's not like that granular, but you know, basically they take advantage of like all these sign up bonuses, and then they take advantage of points conversions. And you know, that's about it. So after studying these guys just a little bit, I think I kind of got the hang of it. So follow along as like a faux example of, you know, how to do this grift. So let's say you open a card, and in the first 3 months, you have to spend $4,000. And out of that $4,000, you get 60,000 points. And these points can be converted into travel miles and hotel nights at like a specific rate with different cards. And it's kind of hard because there's different partners for each card, so you don't really quite know. And each one of those partners is points for certain companies, and in order for you to max that conversion, you have to do it at a specific time.
10 seconds later.
And there are specific conversion bonuses. But don't forget, you have to demote some of these cards, because after that, you're gonna have to pay an annual fee of like $500 to $1,000.
3 hours later.
And otherwise, you're just not gonna be getting the return that you would be if you don't do those exact things. But, you know, according to some of these guys, it's just common. Like, everyone can do this. It's like super easy, you know?
So why do I have so many credit cards? It's not uncommon for people to have dozens of credit cards.
Dozens. Like 24 cards. Yeah, that's super common. I know most of my friends have 24 credit cards, you know? I prefer to keep things simple. I don't want 24 credit cards. You know, I don't care if I get a free flight. I don't want to keep track of that. That seems kind of annoying to me, to be honest. So keeping things simple is probably the way that I would do it. But, you know, I found this guy that's not one of these influencers, which I thought was interesting. This is like a real life point maxer without the gain and all the fame that these YouTubers and TikTokers are trying to get. So let's take a look at what he does in order to keep this up.
So, Steve, you started getting into the points. How much time do you spend on points every week?
Probably multiple hours a day, to be honest.
Okay. Like 2, 3?
3 to 4.
Let's say 4 a day. So that's 20 plus hours a week.
Yeah.
All right. That's a lot. Because Steve,
Enough.
you earned $60,000 last year, right?
Right.
That was in your business.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So I heard that was a good year, but I also heard that kind of just came to you. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's give me the benefit of the doubt. Let's say he does do it 4 hours a day and he's super addicted. Let's say he does it every single day. All right, so he's gonna do 4 hours a day. And how much are McDonald's making these days? They're making like $20. Let's just say. So we have $20 times 4 hours a day. So that's $80 a day, and he's doing it 7 days a week. So it's $560 a week times 4. So every month he's getting $2,200 pre-tax. All right, and he gets that every month if he's working at McDonald's. And yes, all right, working at McDonald's sucks, whatever. But that's not the point of this. So he's getting $2,200, and how much is he making off? Like, what is a bonus like? Let's say he's getting a free flight, free $300 flight, maybe even a free $1,000 flight. All right. Once every couple months, he gets a free hotel stay for a couple grand every few months. I think the McDonald's guy, I think if he worked at McDonald's, he'd be better off. Now, I'm not saying that's better. I mean, honestly, sitting in a chair and, going through Reddit each day sounds way better than McDonald's. So I don't know, to each their own, but I thought it was super interesting. Now, this brings me to the final boss of the Point Maxer influencers, and it's this guy.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem.
This guy, he's like a menace. The thing is, he leans into this so hard and so much harder than the other guys. The other guys, they're like, pretty nerdy about it. They like it for the game. This guy is just a diabolical menace, and he's leaning into it so hard. And I think just that video makes him the final boss.
For my 55th card, I went with the Amex Blue Plus card. 0% APR for 12 months. Got approved for $25K limit, 75,000 bonus points, which I could use as a business or first class round trip from JFK to Paris or JFK to Tokyo. That's equivalent to like a $3,000 to $5,000 flight, all free, getting the bonus points. Now, this is how you legally rob the bank because it's 0% APR for 12 months. I have another Amex business card, 20K limit. The 0% expired, so I can transfer the 20K onto this card. Now I extended my 0% APR from the last one to this one for another 12 months, or I can use this to pay my subcontractors for my bridge project, and it can float for 12 months while it's getting done, and when we get paid, then I can pay this off. These are all the reasons why.
Now this is the advice for the common man. If you're building a bridge, you need to be doing what this guy does. Even if you're not building a bridge, you got to be doing what this guy does. Take out that 0% interest loan, and if you don't pay it up, just roll it to another zero. Just open another card. Like, what are you doing? Just kick the can farther and open that up to another one. It's insane. Like, it just makes me feel gross. Like, I can't keep that up. Listen, I've seen enough Caleb Hammer to know that a lot of people can't handle the 0% interest for like the first year of opening that credit. Like, people they just don't pay it. Some people just don't do it, and telling them to roll that over to another one and just max, like, it's so stupid, and it's actually kind of reckless. And this kind of brings me to the main problem of these influencers. I mean, I'm sure they're taking advantage of all the bonuses. I'm sure they're sick with it. Like, they got it down. They know what they're doing. But the problem is when they project these out to other people, all these ideas, it's just people won't do it exactly as they do. And you don't want to mess with things like credit card debt. Trust, like, that's like the worst thing you want to be like dabbling in. And it's just, you will get buried figuratively in this massive debt, and you just won't climb out. If you do the wrong stuff, if you don't keep track of it, like, you're done. All right. So I'm sure these guys are great at what they do. I'm sure they're getting a sick vacation out of it, but I think they should be careful with how they're projecting this and how it's just, they say it's so easy. And if you're trying to do this, like, you need to be like down, like, you need to have everything. In fact, I don't even want to say that. I just wouldn't do it. Like I said, I would keep it simple. I'm not against credit cards, all right, I think they're okay if you use them right. But to have 50, even 20, even 10, like even 10, once you're double digits, you're like an official point maxer, and I can't talk to you. All right, listen, guys, that's all I have for today. All right, so hit the subscribe button, hit the like button too. In fact, make a comment. How many credit cards do you have? 20, 50? All right, not like us plebeians, you know, who got like 4 or 5. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, if you like the video, just, you know, do whatever you want, and have a good day.